do enough. I'll say it that way. I do not get an opportunity to come on here and do enough of these lives. And I really should do more, but I got to be honest with you, the past couple of weeks, I've been really, really sick. My voice is still not back to what it was. And so that's kind of got me, jammed up. I haven't been able to talk a whole lot. So I'm not going to be as loud and as boisterous as I usually am because I'm still trying to preserve what's left of my voice. So if you don't know, I have young kids in the house. They go to daycare, germ, sickness factory, whatever you want to call it, virus factory. They bring back everything. So imagine kids from all these different households sharing sicknesses. And then I get to get the sickness at the end of the day. So it's been about 2 weeks. I'm still kind of up and down, but I feel like I'm getting a little better. The fact that I'm able to jump on and do a video, that's a good sign. So we're not going to be long tonight. What I'm going to talk to you about is something really, really cool. So in 2017, I was homeless, living in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. No job, no money, no vehicle, no clothes, no toothbrush, no anything. I literally didn't have any money. I didn't have any food. I remember like when I was doing my best, I was trying to go to like these temporary places in the mornings, hope and pray for work. Sometimes I got work, sometimes I didn't. I was sleeping in public restrooms and like public parks. I could use their restrooms, take baths at gyms and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden, I ended up in a position where because people talk about being homeless like it's a cool thing. I was homeless more than once in my life. I grew up very, very poor. How poor? Listen, when poor people are helping you, you're really, really poor. And that's how we were. Very bad position, very hard life. And so I don't wish that on anybody. So I understand if you want to do the best you can to have the best life you want. You only get one shot at this life. Trust me, it's worth it to do everything you can to chase your dreams. I always tell people, I tell them like this. I'm like, either I'm going to be a guy who dies very, very wealthy or a guy who dies very, very poor. But I'm never going to be a guy who just made it by. I just don't feel like that's in the cards for me. I'm either going to have it or I'm not going to have it. I'm going to risk everything to get it or I'm never going to have anything. That's just the way I am. So take calculated risk, of course. Don't blow everything on a blackjack hand. Incidentally, I used to be a blackjack dealer. But again, 2017, I lost everything, was homeless, had no money, no anything, just doing everything to find a job. So I used to work for this company called All My Sons in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And they hired me. It was a suck job, so it makes sense that they hired me very quickly. They hired me. I was making like $9 an hour. I worked there for like 6 months and then they fired me. But that's okay. I quit 2 days later, gave them their shirt back. And then I went on to try some other jobs, lost everything, lost my home, lost everything. Ended up, like I said, homeless, living in the streets. And so what happened is, and the reason I'm telling you this is because not for pity, not for you to feel sorry. But listen, I would never invite you to my own pity party, and you better not ever invite me or anybody else to yours. We can sit, we can dwell on, hey, we made some mistakes, but guess what? You still got breath in your body. You still got a fighting chance. Get up and do something. And that's what you got to do. And that's what I did. And I was like, what do I know how to do? If I got just one skill, that's why I love skills. If you know a skill, you can make money. I don't care if that skill is just changing a tire, right? Your neighbor might need to change a tire, right? And you can go over there and say, hey, yeah, I'll do this thing for $20, right? And all of a sudden you made $20, which might put food on your family's table for the night. I've been there where just $10 makes a difference for that day. I'm telling you, I've been there. And so you're talking to somebody who don't just talk. I know there's a lot of fluff on these YouTube channels, but you're talking to somebody who actually do what they're talking about and who've been through hard times. That's why I'm telling you, it ain't pretty and you don't want to go through them, right? So we don't control every aspect of life, but it's our job to do the best we can with the time that we have, with the people that we're given and given responsibility for. So wake up every morning. I didn't mean for this to be some type of inspirational video, but for some reason this was in my spirit. I'm probably talking to somebody out there. Look, just wake up. I know it's been tough. Life's hard. You don't control everything. Don't beat yourself up about things you can't control. Just figure out, what are you good at? What can I do? What can I do today to make a difference in my life and someone else's? And go out and take a shot. That's all it is. just take a shot. Steph Curry would never know how good of a shooter he is if he wouldn't have taken one shot. So just go out and take a shot. Find out what you got. You were sent to this world with some gifts, with some tools. Go find out what you got in that tool bag and then use it. Use it to make yourself wealthy, right? Notice I didn't say rich. Wealth and rich are not always the same. In my mind, wealth is about time. You can make $50,000 a year and be wealthy. It's not going to make you rich. But if your bills are $40,000 a year and you can make $50,000 by doing a middleman business without having to leave your house, go hustle every day, then what are we talking about? That's freedom, right? You're not rich, but that's freedom. That's wealth. That's why I talk about wealth more than I talk about riches. When I think about wealth, I think about quantity. Riches, when I think about riches, I think about a number, quantity. When I think about wealth, I think about quality. Think about time, right? Lifestyle. So if you want to learn more about personal finance, I do have another channel called Minority Money Mindset where I teach you as best I can, but I do get a lot of hate in the comments. So I'm telling you, it's in there. Just be respectful, but a lot of people don't agree with my take on personal finance. But a lot of people ain't been homeless, baby. I've been homeless, right? So I got a real story from the mud, right? And so I just share it with you and just try to show you some things. So what I'm going to do today, and I said all that to say this. So I started that moving business. I started my own moving business when I was homeless. Yes, homeless, proving you don't need money to make money. You just need to be creative. You just need resources. You just need an idea. But I was in a bad spot. I was like, I got to do something. So I ran an ad on Craigslist, very simple. And I was like, hey, if anybody need help loading boxes, because I wasn't very good, I'll come out and help. And I came out and this lady emailed me because I didn't even have a phone. She emailed me and I came out and helped that lady. She paid me $40 that day. And the best part, that wasn't even the best part. The best part is I was helping another crew of movers from another company. I was just like an add-on. This lady cooked all these little bird, they call them sliders, all these sliders. And it was for everybody, but they didn't eat much of it. And so I got to take a whole entire bag of sliders. Well, I would say home, but I didn't have a home. But I got to take them with me. And so I had food that night and the next night. You talk about was tired of burgers? That was me. And but that was a blessing, had $40. And then I started going and going and going. And then I used the business to grow and make money. And then probably 2 months later, I did a job going out to California, made $10,000. And I was so blessed. That was the last time I've ever had less than $10,000 in my life. Now I got an abundance of money, but before that, I didn't have that. So that was like being rich to me, but I'm just telling you a real story from a real guy who's been through it, right? And that's how it really went down. If you like this content, if you appreciate it, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. So what I'm gonna share with you tonight is kind of what I went through. So after about 2 years of doing the moving, you can see Jumpin' Jack Movers, I still own the company today. So after about 2 years, I had 5 trucks. I had a big crew. I had good people working for me. And sometimes I was out doing the work too because I felt good. I don't have all that energy I used to have then. And what happened was over time, the crew started breaking down. They would get into it with each other. Guys wanted to be leads and nobody wanted to listen. It just became a nightmare. Then it started translating to in the house. And so what did I do? I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. I need to find a way to do something different and get myself out of this where I don't have to do all of this work. So what happened? I sold the truck, sold all the equipment, and started what I call a middleman business. Now, in the middleman business, all I do was connect the customer to the business. So there was plenty of people out there who wanted to do the moving part. I didn't. But they didn't know how to sell. They didn't know how to talk on the phones. They didn't know how to get customers to say yes, and I did. So what I would do is I would schedule the jobs, dispatch them, and take a deposit for myself. And so that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. If you start a middleman business, by the way, I have to get off here in just a second because I have a training tonight. But if you want to start a middleman business, all you have to do, right, is write the number 1 in the comments below. And then we'll get in touch with you and we'll go from there. I'm going to train somebody tonight on how to start a middleman business. It's a 6 to 8 week course, probably 8 weeks. We do 1 hour a week so we can implement some things and teach you how to build your own middleman business without doing any of the work, sitting at home, watching Netflix, whatever you want to do, not Netflix and chill, Netflix and skill to pay the bills, right? So I teach you how to do it by getting customers, getting contractors, connecting the two, introducing the two, and then you get paid in the gap, right? And so I wrote a little bit about it on the board, 6 to 8 weeks, 1 hour a day. There's a few things we're going to walk you through, picking the industry, getting the name, contact information, bank account, website, getting all the legal stuff set up. And the only 3 things you're going to focus on as you work to build this business: you're going to book, you're going to get paid, and you're going to dispatch. That's all you're going to do, right? And so we're going to teach you how to get leads, how to convert those leads by teaching you sales and getting you scripts, teaching you how to get reviews and get referrals so your business can grow. So the first year I did this, I really didn't know what I was doing, full disclosure, and I made $77,000. So not bad, doesn't make you rich, wasn't even 6 figures. I know that's a big word here on YouTube, but that's all I made, 77,000. But I did go up from there. And so what I want to do is I want to teach you how you can make 6 figures a year, right? Because I made 77 without even knowing what I was doing. Now I know what I'm doing, right? And so I want to teach you how to create a business that makes you 6 figures a year without you having to do any hard work. So imagine meeting a customer, introducing them to your friend who's the worker, and then you get paid in the gap by connecting them. When was the last time you got paid by introducing people? And so I want to teach you how to introduce someone, build your own middleman business, and get paid. You don't need a car. You don't need any extra work. You don't need any material. You don't need anything. They will simply contact you and say, hey, I need a blank. Whatever industry you choose. It could be moving. It could be cleaning. It could be heating and AC. Does not matter. If somebody needs a customer, you can create a middleman business around it. You got a friend does house cleaning? Okay, bet. Can you use more customers? Yeah, absolutely. Bet. Give me a day, I'll be back. Right? And then you go promote, grow your business. They're going to reach out to you. You're going to say, yeah, it's such and such to get that job done. We'll take $100 deposit right now. Bam, you take the deposit. You got paid. You're done. Pass the work, dispatch the work to your friend who's the worker. They go out and make their money, hopefully as much as possible. You've been paid. You're out of the deal. You've already gotten paid. It takes you 5-10 minutes to close these calls. You could do this 10 times a day. There were days I was making $1,200-$1,500. My wife would tell me. True fact, right? So I want to teach you how to do it. If you want to learn how to do this, drop a 1 in the comments and then we'll reach out to you. Otherwise, guys, I got to go, got to get to training, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Have a wonderful, blessed night. Peace.